The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
Okay, welcome to Rareform Radio. I am one of your hosts, Todd Newman. I'm here with Dan Cleary and the wonderful, talented. I mentioned me already, right?
Sure did.
And also Heidi Van Tassell.
Hi.
How you doing, Heidi?
You guys.
It's good to see you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm hot. I'm over this. I'm worried about years.
You're still worried about her.
Don't worry about her.
It's been like 13 years of worrying about Brittany. What's going on with Brittany?
Yeah,
So,
I didn't even know she was still a thing.
yeah, well,
anymore.
she is now on Instagram. Like she has I don't know. She's got a lot of people worried about her, and there's a conspiracy theory, and it's hashtag free Brittany, and she's locked up in her house supposedly, but her videos on Instagram are the most amazing things you'll ever see. You just need to watch.
Amazing how? Like because they're batshit crazy?
Yeah, like her makeup looks like it's from like a week ago. She just looks a mess, and she talks crazy like she's on a bunch of meds, speed or something. It's the most amazing thing. I feel bad for her, but now her father came out and said it's a conspiracy, but the state took all of her. The state took her rights away, so she can't. She doesn't have what do you call it? She doesn't have hold of her money, so she's not allowed to spend what she wants to spend, to do what she wants to do. She doesn't have a phone. She can't drive yet. So there's a court date. It's like August 22nd, and they'll see if they'll give her money back.
Well, wait. Let me ask you this: 2 questions. One. On what basis did the court take her rights away? Because of mental instability?
Yeah,
and
it was her father who did it. So her father became in charge of her. What's that called?
Power of attorney.
Conservatorship or something. Conservatorship.
Right. Conservatorship. Yeah.
Conservatorship. And then he had cancer a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he has given up that right, I guess. And the state has it. I could be completely wrong about all of these things, and I probably am, but I'm worried about her.
I'm looking at her feed right now, and something weird that she's doing is like days apart, she'll post the same kind of photograph every couple of days, and it's very weird.
People are saying that it's not, she has no like access to her Instagram, her Facebook, and that it's her people that are doing it. If you look at it, it's the same outfit for the last 2 months. And she walks in and like walks around and walks out, and it just looks like she needs help. So everybody's like,
why are you so obsessed with it? What's compelling to you about the whole thing? Are you a Britney Spears fan?
No, not really. But I totally feel her breakdown, because I feel one coming on soon.
On the horizon.
With yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. No, Todd, you should pull up Britney Spears' feed and look on Instagram. It is kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
It's creepy.
Like you can definitely see in her eyes that things are starting to slip away.
Mm-hmm. So
now,
they
is it
on a lot like a lot of meds that they keep her drugged up, and it looks like it.
I mean,
but
she looks.
Go
ahead.
There's
so many Britney Spears. I don't know which one.
What? It's the fucking main one with the goddamn check mark, dude. Shit.
Oh, I was spelling her name wrong. That's why.
Look up Spears and you'll see it.
So she has a boyfriend named Sam. I don't know his last name, but he's this beautiful Persian guy. It's like a weightlifter, personal trainer guy, and he's hot. And he's with her in some of the videos, but it's a weird.
You mean that's her handler?
Exactly.
The guy who's like guarding her from the public.
Yep.
Weird.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's just I gotta admit, Oh yeah, here's a weird thing where she just like kind of shows her tits without her face and walks away. Goes. I gotta admit, I'm sadistic, and I'll be honest about it. I just love seeing people who had it all way too young that they couldn't handle it just fall apart like this.
There is something sick about watching it happen.
Yeah, I'm getting off on it. I'm sorry.
I mean, are you guys following the Kanye stuff too? He's also like
I've been
away.
hearing. I've been hearing. I guess are they getting divorced or something like that, or him?
He called his mother-in-law Chris Young. Chris Jong Young. Wait, Chris.
John
Carl. He called her Carl Young.
Yeah, he talked about how he almost had his own children aborted, right? I think, and he made fun of Kim for trying.
Well, that would be weird if he had other kids' children aborted.
No, like he has living children, and he's telling the public that they thought about having them aborted, which is a fucked up thing for a parent to do.
Kim
it would be better though if he was like, I knew this guy Chris down the street, and I was thinking about having his kids aborted.
He has the money; he could probably get that done. So have you guys watched Kanye speak? Have you seen him having this breakdown?
Yeah,
I haven't. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen actual physical speeches he's given or whatever.
It really seems like someone who needs to be medicated, like quickly.
Well, he's bipolar, and she even said that he doesn't take his meds. So I mean, my sister dated a guy that was like that, and they broke up because he called her up and said, I'm saving you from the drugs in the world. I'm coming to get you. And she was like, what? And she called the cops, and then he was downtown in his underwear in like 20 below weather in Wisconsin, screaming like, God's gonna save everybody. He was out of his, but he was off his mind.
Bipolar is people who fuck male and female polar bears, correct?
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's bipolar, you know.
Okay. That makes sense.
Use your head, Dan, and you could figure it out. I mean,
and you can get medication for that.
Yeah.
To stop that urge.
They can make you only want to fuck males or only want to fuck female polar bears.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would choose.
You go to.
That's the trick. Is once you get the medication, is which one do you go for, the male or the female?
Whichever one has the bigger dick. That's what I would choose. Does bipolar make you like have that kind of crazy detached from reality outbursts?
Yeah.
I thought bipolar was just angry and happy all the time.
Oh, you're all over the place.
I also think that there's degrees of it, though. You know, like just a touch of bipolarness,
like 50 degrees, 60 degrees, that kind of stuff.
The whisper of bipolarness. Yeah.
Man, I'm so.
I gotta say, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just so happy to be perfect and not needing any of that kind of shit.
Wait. I heard a rumor about you, our own Dan Cleary. I heard a rumor online that you yourself are taking medication at this moment.
Well, there is that. There is that.
For some condition that you might have, let's explain. Come on, Dan. It's okay. 10 people are watching this at the most. So don't worry, your secret's going to be safe. But open up. Let us know what are your symptoms and what is the medication doing for you?
I am taking pills to make my dick smaller because it is unbearable to live with this thing. You know,
I'm so sorry.
Back pain, hip pain. No, I am this week I started taking a very small dose of Adderall to help with my focus and motivation, which is non-existent the last bunch of months. So that's what I'm doing. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, but I mean, is that a condition that you're having, or is that you're just a lazy piece of shit?
It's ADHD, but it probably ties in with my love of the couch.
In my day, they used to call it being lazy. It's just like when my son was young, he wasn't the best at catching a ball or any of that. And they said, oh, well, he has muscular developmental delay, right? Which means like his brain is moving faster than his body is basically his
Oh,
own,
I've got that.
and so I said, am I wrong, Doc? But in my day, they used to call that uncoordinated. And he's like, yes, that's exactly right. And it'll work itself out. And now he's fine. He's like, there's nothing bad happened. But in today's society, they label everything with some like a 3-prong name to make it sound like it's some fucking condition. And it's like, Dan, you need a little speed is what they're giving you.
That is what it is.
You took it that one night where it was way too much, and I could see it. Like, it was scary. Like, I was like, I hope I don't have to call the medics in because Dan has a coronary from the amount of speed he took.
I came in.
We do radio.
I didn't know that it was that obvious. I've never done cocaine.
It was like this. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? And then you went to the bathroom. Do you remember that?
No.
You went to the bathroom and I was like, dude, what are you doing? And you're like, why? And I'm
I did not. No, I did not.
Because I was like, because your piss smells so pungent that I'm an ex-junkie. Like, I could smell drugs in your piss. That's how worried I was.
That was the only time I've ever taken any kind of upper drug. Like I said, I've never done cocaine. I've never even been drunk or smoked a cigarette. So I took obviously it was a big dose, but I was wired. I took it at like 11 a.m. and I went to sleep the next day at 7 a.m. And when we recorded the show at like 8 p.m. and I had just taken an Adderall that day, and I also had a Red Bull or a Monster during the show.
Oh,
so I was just like,
yeah, I could see it in your eyes, and I was like, dude, this is not fucking good. And I could hear your eyes.
Sizzling.
Like they were making noise. It was like going like, pew, pew, pew. I was like, holy shit.
No, it was weird. I mean, I don't understand why people would take it for fun, but it really did help me that day. And so far, I'm on a very small dose. And this week, I actually think it's been helpful as far as like I'm getting tasks done. If I'm supposed to call someone, I'll remember to call them. And it just gives me a little bit of a kick in the ass. So
I used to take it a couple of years ago, a really, really small dose.
I'm sorry.
5 pounds. It was amazing. Sorry.
How much?
25 pounds without even knowing.
I'll take it. How much were you taking?
I think I was taking like
a kilo.
The smallest dose and halving it.
Okay.
I'd crush it up but like a half of the smallest dose.
And how long did you take it for?
I took it for a year.
Okay.
And I got so much done because I have really bad I have bad ADD. I'm all over the like.
Why did you stop taking it?
Why did I stop? I don't know. I think because I started to get really tired on it, and that's when then I looked it up and I was like, oh, this is basically meth I'm on. But I started to get sleepy, like exhausted.
Yeah, I'm sure your body gets tolerant of it too after a while, and you're gonna need more. I mean, that's how most drugs get you is you're taking it. And you take it, and then you get tolerant to it, so you need a little bit more.
Yeah, I didn't like Elena for after a year.
Todd, as a drug guy, this is a serious question. I don't want to have to up doses, and I don't want to get addicted to it. If I start feeling like it's not working, do you think I should go off of it for a few months and
take it? Yeah, see how you wean yourself off of it. Tell your doctor what you're doing, and say, oh, I feel like I'm getting too tolerant of it, or it's not working, or a lot of times it'll have adverse effects, like, you're taking it to give you a little pep, but it's making you tired, like Heidi was saying. If that starts happening, go off of it, wait a couple of months, let your body readjust, and then if your doctor agrees, you should go back on it again, but
okay.
I mean, that's a true thing, that your body will become tolerant of any drug you take, like after a while.
I don't want that. I don't want you to be my sponsor. What, Heidi?
I think it helped. It helped with depression because I got more things done. So I wasn't depressed about, oh my God, I didn't do this and I can't do this. And So
Well, depression has never been a problem in my life until like this year is the first time I've really felt like consistent depression. And it's like, usually I have 360 days of feeling super stoked. And now it's like every couple of days it's different. Just there's so many factors right now affecting people.
what the, I
I'm
mean,
so the opposite.
Are you?
Really?
Oh, you're better now.
I'm like, I have 360 days of depression and like 5 of that are good.
That sucks. That sucks.
But those 5, man, they keep me going.
Thrilled. Oh man.
Mine is I get depression, but I go through the phases first. Like first I go through anger and rage.
Mm-hmm.
And I try my best to put a cork in that rage and that anger to the point where it's riddling my body with cancer. Because I don't want to unleash on the fucking family or the world or the kids. So I stuff it way down into my soul where the poison just sits. And then I get depressed for a week. And then I'm in a good mood.
Yeah.
That's that 8th, 9th day, the good mood rises to the surface like water and oil.
Unfortunately for you, you're a good dad and a good husband that doesn't want to put out those people.
Yeah, exactly. So
You pay the price.
So I stuff it, which is just shortening my life as we speak.
Sorry.
You do what you got to do. Are you guys watching anything good to kill time right now?
I gotta say, I know we've spoken on this show before about how I have been completely against the grain of most people on binge watching TV because I feel like binge watching is fun for me when I'm not supposed to do it because I have other shit to do or other shit to get done or other shit to watch even or whatever. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm taking the whole weekend and I'm binging this whole series. But in lockdown or quarantine or whatever they want to fucking call it, I have had no desire to binge because I can. So it's not fun for me. It just feels like I'm doing this laborious task and I have no other stuff to do. Like, shit, I want to get one episode in before I have this meeting or this, you know what I mean? And because I don't have that, it's not fun for me to binge watch. But Dave and the rest of the fucking world too have been telling me, you should watch Homeland. You'd love it. I never saw it once. You'd love Homeland. Homeland's such a great show. And I'm usually the type of asshole that if enough people tell me to do something, that's the last thing I'm going to do. Like, I've always been that way. You should check this out. I know you'd like this. And I'm like, fuck you. You don't know me.
You'd love it. You'd love it.
Yeah. I know you'd love this. Fuck you. And even if they're right, I'm like, fuck you for being so presumptuous and assuming you know me. So usually I stay away. And that's one of the reasons why I stayed away from that. But Dave has been like, dude, I know you. And he does. And he's like, you'll love it. My wife and I started the first episodes. There's 8 seasons. We binged 96 episodes in like a week.
Wow.
About a week. And yesterday I was on like season 7, episode 10. There's 12 episodes a season. So it's 10, 11, 12. Yesterday I did 10, 11, and 12 of season 7 and all of season 8 to the finale. Yeah, just yesterday. And it's fucking awesome. I know you didn't watch it, Dan. You should watch it.
I haven't seen it.
It's amazing.
But my boyfriend's in a few episodes because he's Persian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget. I'll have to look and see which.
The guy who I met?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta re-meet now because now I got questions for him just about being on that set.
Yeah,
it's such a great fucking show.
And then he was on Sons of Anarchy with Dave. I don't know if they were. I think they were in the same episode.
Right.
Interesting. Because I was on set with Dave on those. So was Todd for some of those.
Yeah.
I was there when Dave got killed on the show, and I actually took the bullet off the ground from the blank that they shot, the one that killed Dave.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
No big deal.
Yeah, I was there when Dave stumbled his lines with Charlie Hunnam.
Oh, it's a great story.
Yeah, and I'll just tell it real fast because we've told it before on here. I'm sitting with the director and the creator of the show. Like, they were nice enough to let me sit by the monitors. And they're like, you know, they got the headphones on. They're like, here, sit in a chair, watch the fucking scene through the monitor. And they do this scene, and Charlie Hunnam throws Dave up against the wall, and Dave has a line, and he just flubs it. And he doesn't say anything, and they yell, cut, and Dave's like, oh, sorry, and they action, do it again, and he does it. And I say, right when the creator and the director are sitting there, they put the headphones down, and I go, you know what happened right there? He just got lost in Charlie Hunnam's eyes. And they, ha ha, they made a joke, like laugh, ha 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 ha, because he's this hot guy, right?
Yes.
And then Dave comes walking back there after the scene's over, and he looks at me and he looks at the two guys, and he's like, sorry, man, I just got lost in Charlie Hunnam's eyes. And I was like, I told you. And they fucking hit the floor laughing. I was like, I told you, I know him. And then we were in the car driving to or from the set, and Dave and I had just suspended like a week before, you know, with hooks and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We did some suspensions, and we're talking about it. And we're in the back seat of this van, and Charlie Hunnam's in the front seat of the van. And he's like, what's that? And he's English, you know, so he doesn't talk like he talks in some way. He's like, what's that? And like, oh, here, look. And we show him the video of me and Dave doing it. And he looks at it, and he hands the phone back to Dave, and he looks at us. He goes, you guys are fucking weird. That became all Dave and I said for like 3 months. You guys are fucking weird.
I always confuse that with Billy Morrison's outrageous.
Outrageous. It was said in the same tone, in the same vein.
Fucking Brits, they're the worst.
He's beautiful.
We're talking about Homeland, but I just started watching The Sopranos from the first season.
You did?
I
Oh,
did.
it's so good.
I watched
in it.
What?
No, my best friend is in it.
I know. That's what I'm leading to. If
So
you
great, and
give me a
so-
goddamn
Oh
second,
my
I'll get
God.
to it.
Go ahead.
I watched it when it first came out, and then I moved here right when it started, so I kind of just forgot about it. But Todd's been saying for years, and everyone says it's the best show ever. And yeah, your friend is in it, and they have a podcast about it.
Yeah, it's called Gangster Goddess Broadcasts because they changed it. Gangster, yeah. And it's about it. What they do is they go over each episode and then how it affects real life and what it means and what it meant and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's really cool.
And that's Drea, right?
Mm-hmm. Drea and Chris Kushner, who's Dave Kushner's wife.
We are very, very good friends with Dave Kushner.
Dave. Are you?
Yeah.
I love Dave so much.
Yeah, Dave's great. He's called into our show before. He's been
Oh,
on
really?
the show before. Yeah.
Love him.
I might put him in my top 10 favorite people that I know.
Really?
He's
I think so.
definitely. I would put him
He's a
in
cool guy.
top 4.
I
I
might
remember
too.
one.
He's the best guy in the fucking world. He is the best guy in the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
I went to their house once. I was there like in the morning, and I forget what I was doing, and I had coffee, and I was having a really, really, really bad day, to the point where he looked at me and he goes, "You want to go talk?" And I started to cry, and he just knew, like he just knew that I needed somebody to talk to. He was awesome.
He's a very intuitive man
Yeah, I love him.
and a
Yeah.
great kisser.
He's-
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Really?
How long you known him for, Todd? Long time.
Yeah. I believe it or not, he was the first guy that I ever actually asked for real help from when I was trying to get sober.
Really?
So I know him for I'm 17 something and some odd years sober now. So I've known him for like probably 20 years because I didn't get sober when I first met him. It took me a few years after that. So I probably met him like 20 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And he's great. He's super talented. He does a bunch of scoring of television shows and stuff and films. And he was in Velvet Revolver. And he's a great musician. And he is probably one of the nicest and funniest guys too. Like he
Yeah.
loves to be funny. So yeah, great guy.
And I will say one more thing about him. It's very hard to find musicians, especially in the Hollywood area, that don't take themselves too seriously. And he might be the best guy at like not tooting his own horn and not, you know, he gets it. He gets that it's like fun and, you know, silly. So do you guys
Dre's boyfriend, Dre's boyfriend has a band called All Them Witches, which you guys should check out. They're amazing as well. Anyhow.
What kind of music?
Rock and roll, like heavy rock and roll.
I've heard of that style.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
What those crazy long-haired kids listen to? Rock and roll.
Yikes.
Yeah, really good.
Todd, do you think The Sopranos is the best show of all time?
No, but I think it's up there. For me, it's one of the best shows of all time. Arguably, there might be other shows that every single episode seems perfect. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's one of them, I think. I mean, whether you love that genre of mafia lifestyle, but there's humor and all that stuff and serious crazy shit in there too. But I don't know if it's the best show of all time, but for me, it's one of the best shows of all time.
Heidi,
I've seen it like 7 times.
Yeah.
All the way through.
The whole series?
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Really?
Easily 7 times.
Wow. I love it. It's one of my favorite series. I haven't seen anything like it yet. Like I'm trying to think of what I like.
What do you like more, Sopranos, Heidi, or Breaking Bad?
Oh. Wow. Oh my God. It's so different.
Oh, kinda, but still like, you
What?
know.
I'm gonna say Breaking Bad.
Okay.
That was I was so obsessed.
Well, there goes your friendship with her.
Well, Sopranos was like, it's Sopranos or Breaking Bad. That's up there.
I've said it before a million times, but my favorite show of all time is Rescue Me with Dennis Leary. Unbelievable.
That's just because he's from fucking Boston.
No, he plays a New Yorker. You might like it. It's the best show I've ever seen.
You know in your heart when you're watching it, he's from Boston. So you're like, yeah, Boston guy, made good. This is my favorite. This is my favorite show.
If I'm being honest about it, that's probably the only good thing about the show. Is the fact that he's from there.
That he's from Boston, exactly.
Is it dark? Am I too dark?
You're very dark.
Really
very
dark.
If only we could have started on time, we wouldn't have had this problem. Should we talk about the beginning of the show?
We tried for like 3.5 hours to get. It's always better to drag it out a little more. We started for like 3.5 hours of trying to get her to connect her audio to the computer, to the Zoom.
God.
And she's the one that's like, hey, can you guys do earlier? Can you guys do earlier?
Yeah, can you guys do earlier tonight?
I'm sorry. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was doing, clearly.
That's all right.
Do you want me to turn on a light or no? Like a different light?
Yeah, do it.
Sure, go ahead. Let's see what it does. Because right now it does look kind of like you're going to webcam us, like, and lay back on that couch and ask us what we like.
Hi.
Hi, that's much better.
Much better.
Great.
Sweet.
People always ask us for movie recommendations, and there's a movie about incels, which I think you guys know are people that are involuntarily celibate. So, like, basically anyone that shoots up a school or those kind of guys. You know, people that want girlfriends and can't get them are called incels. There's a movie called TFW No GF, which means that feeling when no girlfriend. And it was supposed to be at South by Southwest Film Festival, which got canceled, of course. and then it went on to Amazon, and I believe it was pulled because of how crazy it is. But if you guys can find it, you gotta watch this documentary. It's
What's it called
so
again? TF.
TFW no GF.
Okay.
I'll send a link to you guys. I got it illegally, but man, what a weird thing to be nowadays. And like
The documentary, or to
be an incel, to be like that kind of sad kind of. I mean, I've known what they are for a while, and
What's it like, Dan?
and I've had judgment of like, wow, these guys are just total losers. And you watch this movie and you kind of see like, it's actually really sad. Like there might be nothing wrong with them, but you like, if you don't have a girlfriend by the time you're in high school, maybe you kind of lose the nerve. Like you've already missed those years, and then it kind of just gets lost, and you get weirder and more, quiet, and eventually it leads to all this anger towards women. And really, really interesting movie.
TFW.
No GF.
Yeah. Right.
I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, it's wild. I want you guys to watch it, and then we'll circle back another time. But anyone listening, try to find
And
it.
in ways, these guys just don't know how lucky they really are to not have to deal with women.
Right.
I didn't have a boyfriend.
Well, it's
but you got
girls.
Yeah, and like you got a bucket of shit dumped on you, so there's the karmic connection to that.
So let me ask, why didn't you have a boyfriend in high school?
I had bright red hair. I got picked on all the time because I was a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, that's right.
And I never got asked out because I was always like class clown, bright red hair, freckles,
big red nose,
like
big floppy shoes.
Floppy shoes, yeah.
Big bow tie.
Like, was your hair dyed red, or you're a natural redhead?
No, I'm a natural. I have like fire red hair.
Oh, no shit. So you color it.
Yeah, because it got darker as I got older, and then
What kind of names were you called in regards to the red hair? Like fire crotch, or what did you hear that you were aware of anyway?
Pippi Longstocking, Annie. It was pretty like mild things.
Mild, yeah.
And I remember in high school, a guy said, "Do the curtains match the drapes?" And I was like, "What? In my house?" Like I was so like, I hadn't kissed a boy yet. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Did you have a big red bush?
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
Awesome. just take the next 10
Why
minutes.
does it have to be big, Dan?
Because
it was medium.
Teenagers don't trim it up, I don't think, back then.
Talk about it for a while. I'm gonna mute my camera and and I'll be back. But talk about it for a while.
Same here. You got a few minutes. Just go for it.
Got 5 minutes and 39 seconds.
Perfect. Man, yeah, I was more comfortable in high school than I was as an adult, like talking to girls and having girlfriends. Like it was easier for me when I was younger. Yeah, it's weird.
But you're more fearless when you're younger. You don't know enough to be scared of it.
Yeah.
Is that true? I feel like as a kid, you have less confidence, maybe less fear, or less fear, but also less confidence. I don't know.
Yeah, I was more fearless when I was a kid. And I mean, as I got older, I'm not trying to say this being braggy wise, but like I never had a problem in that area. But internally, it was harder there were probably a lot of missed opportunities for me where I was just like, fuck it, I don't feel like saying something, or so-and-so likes you. You should go talk to her. Okay.
And don't.
And just
see.
I'd rather be brooding guy in the corner, you know what I mean? Like, than actually have the confidence to talk. And that waned over once I was an adult more.
I weirdly did that more as an adult. Like in high school.
That's what I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is I was more, I had more confidence to talk to girls when I was in high school. And that's what you're saying. Yeah, you are saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So I moved out here at 19, and there was girls everywhere, and I was going to parties, and people would say, "Hey, this girl thinks you're hot," and I'd be like, I don't know who that is. And I was like nervous and scared, like a little pussy, like an incel.
But you should have heard them perk up and get confident when they were like, "Hey, this dude thinks you're hot." Where? He's mine.
Dude, that's not cool. That is not cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been so out of the mix of it for so long that I don't even know what I'd be like.
No, I can't imagine
now at my age. I'd never talk to anybody.
Telling someone your whole story all over again. Oh,
that's funny you say that, because I've thought, like, if for some reason my marriage dissolved and I had to like relearn who someone was and had to like tell all my stories again, I'd rather just probably kill myself.
Or I'd just lie and make it really
make it up.
Cool.
Be like, yeah, well, first I was in the Navy sailing the Caribbean, and then I was a spy for the CIA because I'm just watching Homeland now. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Todd, if for some reason you were to become like single next week, how long do you think it would be before you were banging somebody, just to get one out of the way?
As soon as possible.
Like within a day, I think.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
We should get divorced.
And yeah, just
for the Adderall
being serious about it, like, yeah, for that very reason, just so that I wouldn't plummet into lack of confidence. Like, I would try to do that as soon as possible. I don't know if it would be a great experience or not, because of if you're really talking about really like, oh, my life has just changed dramatically. Like, yeah, I might have a bunch of mixed emotions from it, but just on a sexual level, I'd be like, yeah, I want to see if I still got it.
Nice. Let's pause for a second and cut this, then we'll do another one real quick, and we'll take some questions and kind of wrap up this convo. Cool?
Okay.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's your coffee again. The desk sergeant at the station makes better coffee than this.
Ed, really?
Sorry, honey. But your coffee tastes terrible.
Mr. McGregor, please help me.
Carol, what's the matter?
My coffee. Ed says he gets better coffee at the police station.
Why not try new Instant Folgers?
Instant Folgers?
No, I said new Instant Folgers, Carol. Tastes good as fresh perked, because it's made from fresh perked coffee. Then they actually turn that fresh perked coffee into new Instant Folgers.
Tastes good as fresh perked because it is. Fresh perked. Mr. McGregor, I'll try it.
Hey, the Sarge never made coffee like this.
It's new Instant Folgers. Tastes good as fresh perked.
I like it better.
Try new Instant Folgers. Tastes good as fresh perked because it is.
All right, and that was a quick word from our sponsor. We had to take a little break because for some reason the Zoom is cutting out on us, like giving us only an allotment of time.
I know why.
And why?
If it's just you and I, we can go as long as we want. When you add a third person, you get a 40 minute or 45-minute limit.
Oh,
really? But
so
did that happen with Riley? I don't think so, right? Is that a new thing?
I think because he's kind of black, you're allowed to have it's like affirmative action for Zoom.
Right. Well, Zoom is fooled because he's not black at all. He's actually Cuban, but that's how racist Zoom is.
But isn't he Cuban and black?
No.
Pretty sure he is.
I don't think so. I think he's all Cuban.
His dick tastes black to me. I'm just saying. So we were having some fun during the intermission.
During our break, yes.
Heidi, what were we talking about?
Oops.
Yeah.
It went.
I have, since I was a kid too, I've had large breasts, and I used to tape them down because I was so embarrassed of them.
With actual tape or like
like a band, like a what do you call that?
I can't see. You gotta bring them up.
Like the what's that called when you tie up a
athletic tape?
No, what's the thing that you put on? It's like
VHS tape.
Color?
Tapeworm. A tapeworm.
No, that you put if you sprain your ankle and you put it on there.
Oh, an ace bandage.
Bandage. I used to put it around because I had them at a young age.
When did you get them?
Hated them.
When did you get them?
Sixth
like
grade.
2 years ago.
In Mexico.
6th grade. So
This is a segment that we're gonna call a walk down memory lane.
you got to note that one, Frank. So when you got boobs in 6th grade, like, did you like it or did you dislike the attention you were getting from?
I hated it because I also had the red hair. I mean, I wasn't like a freak. I had like freckles but I had that, and I was a Jehovah's
Red
Witness.
hair, freckles, and huge tits equals freak.
Yeah, I would not. I'm telling you, I grew up in the South, and guys did not look at me. They didn't. I don't know. But yeah,
Maybe they didn't look at you or talk to you, but they definitely talked about you to their friends. No question about it.
I don't know. But I hated it because my cousins were really thin and tan and dark with no boobs, and here I came like with these huge boobs, and I hated it.
And where are those people now? They probably killed themselves because they're such losers.
Exactly. Probably.
Todd sent a.
So
go ahead.
I don't know how it even started, but we were like, okay, go. What were you gonna say?
I don't know.
We were talking about, okay, well, we'll restart the link and we'll just cut it and splice it and throw a little something in there, and like it just. Oh, Dan asked me. This is how stupid and how low base, immature we are. Dan said, "Is your file bouncing?" Because we're both recording the show in case there's a fuck up with one of them. We both have the copy. He said, "Is your file still bouncing?" And I said, "Yes," just like Heidi's tits. And it immediately. This is why we love Heidi, is because she immediately started sending GIF. Are they GIFs or GIFs?
GIF.
Okay, GIF files.
Yeah.
Of bouncing tits. And then we just went down this whole hole of like the most disgusting gifts of like the grossest, hugest things we could see. And that all transpired within 3.5 minutes.
I say we got
of a break.
So much tit action in such a small window. It was amazing, actually.
A big bang for our buck.
And it reminded me that I'm not usually a big like boob guy, but I think with quarantine, I'm definitely watching more porn than I ever have in my life.
See, I'm the total opposite.
Because your kids are around, maybe.
Yeah. I have like jerked off like twice in this whole quarantine.
What?
And it's been what, 4 months, 5 months?
Twice today for me.
Yeah. See, wow. And it's not even because the kids are just around. Like if I really needed to get it done, I could walk from the kitchen to the fucking bathroom and fucking get one out that fast. The desire just has not hit me while we're in this quarantine, and I haven't watched hardly any porn.
But I've been into boobs more in my porn than I have in a while. Heidi, where are you going?
She's going to watch some porn.
Oh, okay.
She's going to rub one out real fast.
Yeah, I've been into boobs more in my porn watching than I have been in quite a while, and I think maybe I'm just bored. I don't know what it is, but it's cool.
Switching it up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you even say boobs or tits anymore?
I don't know.
Is that something that gets you canceled?
Oh no, we're going tits.
Tits, right?
What do you say? If you refer to your.
I'm sorry.
Well, press decline.
Stop it! Stop it! Anytime.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
I was getting hard, but that killed it.
Oh my god! How do I stop? It's a new Mac. It's a new computer, so it's all fucked up.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
All tits, no brains.
So, what were we just talking about? Oh, what do you refer to your breasts as?
Boobs.
Boobs. So you're still.
What the fuck is that, Heidi?
I turned it off. I don't know how to turn it off.
Now it's alerting you that there's a message.
There's nothing listeners like more than whatever the fuck that sound is.
How do I turn it off on my Anyhow, I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're forgiven. I mean, I hope you're enjoying your last show with us, but it has been nice having you in our lives for a while.
I'm sorry.
Heidi, are you
I show you my boobs.
do it? Are you a porn person?
No. I think I used to be, but I like the old 70 porn.
See,
That's all
that's
of
where
us.
I'm more of a fan of that.
Yeah.
And why do you like 70s porn?
Me?
Yeah.
I think it was sexier. I think the women looked sexier. I think it was more, I don't know.
More
I
real.
think,
They were real. Yeah.
yeah.
First of all, it's filmed, most of that, the
Yeah.
70s porn. So
the
you're
green
looking at,
or the-
so it seems more cinematic,
Yeah.
which does matter to me. And once the taping started coming in, it was just like, it seemed every porn actress was just like blonde and looked the same to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wasn't as into it. But I don't know. It's not that I don't like it anymore. I
Oh my
just
God,
lost my flavor for it in the last couple of months.
Heidi, I have an idea.
How do I
On your phone, pick your phone
Yeah.
up.
I did. I turned it off.
Your phone is off completely?
Off completely. That's why I'm like, what's wrong?
Are those text messages?
Yeah.
Open up iMessage and put on Do Not Disturb or some shit.
I'm so sorry, you
Or
guys.
we can just deal with it and it's funny every time it happens.
Oh,
It's
fine,
not
too.
really that funny.
I'm so sorry.
The only problem with that brand of comedy is it's not that funny.
It's like the
I'm
Jerry
really
Seinfeld
sorry.
of that's fine. Do you guys remember the first porn that you saw?
Yes.
Like either what the film was called or what you actually witnessed? What was
I
your
remember exactly what it was. I was with a group of guys,
Always.
boys, 7th grade, 6th grade, something like that. And we were having some sleepover. My friend had his parents were like divorced, and his father had like this nice apartment in Manhattan. And we were all going to sleep there. We went out for Chinese food in Chinatown and whatever the fuck we did the night. I don't really remember. And we all went to go sleep at that house. And they just abandoned us there, like 7 or 8, junior high school kids or whatever. And his father had a copy, and the father knew, like, yeah, go ahead, you guys can watch this, and then left the apartment. And it was Debbie Does Dallas. It was the first porn that I'd seen porn magazines plenty of times from way younger than that, but the first actual video that I had ever seen. And we watched it, and I was like the first guy in line. I was like, my stomach kind of hurts from that Chinese food. I'm gonna go take a shit. And I just went in there and shot cum all over this kid's bathroom. And then I was like, okay, I'm fine. And that was the fight. I remember it like clear as day. I don't remember anything about the night mostly. I don't even remember who was there necessarily. But I remember, and I do remember one other weird side note to it, that it was with a group of guys that I wasn't really good friends with.
Oh.
And this kid was inviting me as like a, hey, come hang out with us type of thing. You know what I mean? Like I had a set group of friends, and this was new guys that I was trying out as friends.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, maybe there's something to this, because I just saw a fucking awesome porn and jerked myself crazy in this guy's bathroom. And then I never really hung out with them again.
Interesting. What about you, Heidi?
I remember there's two, but I remember the most disturbing one. That was like one of the first ones I saw when I was like, I think the first one I ever saw was like 18. I know that's crazy, but it was the one where the girl was with the donkey or the horse. Remember that?
No.
And it was.
I really don't remember that. I like how you're so fucked up. You guys remember that one with a chick and a horse, right? No.
Wasn't it? I forget her name. And then I saw Linda Lovelace one.
Yeah, Deep Throat. I saw that one not soon after I saw Debbie Does Dallas.
Yeah.
The first one I saw was The Devil and Miss Jones.
Miss Jones, yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Where this chick like makes a deal with it, or she commits suicide and then like fucks the devil in hell or something. And there's a scene where she puts
Yeah,
a
so-
snake in her pussy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she puts a snake.
Those are all the 70s classics we were
I
brought
never
up
saw
on.
that one, I guess.
Yeah, it's weird. And
What are you all like? What? Like, how are you shocked by that? The first thing you saw was the horse and donkey one. A snake? Ew.
She's strictly bestiality, but
Mammals.
only with mammals. Yeah.
Only large mammals.
That's so crazy. I wonder what like
Oh
your
my-
kids' first ones seeing are Todd, because Lola maybe hasn't, but
Well,
Luca
I know
has.
my son is no. She hasn't. She stumbled upon some racy stuff before and has been weirded out by it. Like we've talked about it, so that hasn't happened for her yet on that level. But
Mhm.
my son, he's pretty honest with me about it. He's watched it before, and my whole thing with him is he's level-headed and has an understanding. But I had to have the whole conversation of, this is entertainment. These people are professionals. A lot of the stuff that you see isn't stuff that you're gonna end up encountering because they're doing it for the shock value and and it's all there's cameras and people, and I've been on those sets before many times, and it's not what you think. So he has a good understanding of what it is all about. But yeah, I know he has watched them, and now his friends will send links to each other. And
You told him that you've been on set of pornos before? Wow.
Well, because
know one.
there's pictures of him when he was a kid with a person we know well, who we used to do a radio show with, who was very intertwined in that world. So they would come to the house, like I was friends with a lot of them, and they have pictures. Oh my God, Luca! When he was a little kid. So yeah, I mean, there's no reason to not say it or lie about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I've been on those sets before. I've actually shot some of the stuff on those sets.
Does he know that?
That I don't know if he doesn't know about that, but
What do you mean shot stuff?
camera, being the camera guy on stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like shooting a rock show with anything else. It's like, shit, am I in focus or not? It's the same. It seems very
Surgical or
yeah, that's a good word. It's not what you'd think.
Right.
You're not like, oh, how do I shoot this with this raging heart on? It's more like,
no, not at
terrible
all.
angle. Yeah.
Not at all. It's like that's all squeezed out of it, and right when you walk on the set.
Even the first time you're doing it, you're not like,
for me, yeah. I mean, I don't know how other people are, but for me, it was very mechanical.
That's the word.
And entertainment value. It was, these people are professionals that do this and know what they're doing, and and there's a lot of stopping in between, and can you move this way, and it's very blocked and stuff like that. So there's nothing sexy about it at all. If you ever want to get turned off to porn, visit a set.
Heidi,
I was in a porn, and we were, when I was in my band.
Really?
Yeah, we were flown out here from Chicago into the valley, and we did a porn. We were the band that played where the girls went nuts. It was
yeah, what's the movie? We got to find this clip.
Oh, it's
that should be the clip we play at the break.
Absolutely.
Find it. Wait, I gotta look it up. Sorry.
You have to look it up. You don't know this just top of your head?
No, isn't that weird? It was and my friend Dino from Fear Factory was there too. Do you know him?
I know who he is. I don't know him personally.
Can I look
From
it
the
up?
Flintstones?
Yeah.
The pet?
The guy who played the dog?
That's amazing. Starstruck.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Wait, let me find my name.
Dude, while you're looking, I saw a video.
Sorry.
I saw a video the other day of this couple in like Eastern Europe who were going through like a department store with like a hidden camera kind of thing. And it was like a hypercut of all these trips they'd made where they're like coming inside of like kids' socks and people's hats and inside of shirts and then like putting it back on the rack and putting it all back to normal. So people would like buy socks for their
Ew.
kids, and they put it into like a goddamn jellyfish in their sock when the kids put their shoes on. And
It's probably all hard and crusted by then.
Ew.
as I'm watching, I'm like, wow, that's really, I can't tell if it's super fucked up or funny or both, but I think it's more just insanely fucked up.
Yeah.
It was called Club Tabitha.
Club Tabitha.
Club Tabitha.
1998. X-rated expose linking porn performers and goth rock bands.
Perfect. Well cast.
With Bobby
And
Bliss.
they didn't ask you like, hey, you want to jump on this side of the alley on this shoot?
No, in fact, we were asked to leave before they shot the scenes.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever been? Because you've
Sorry.
been in LA for a long time. Have you ever been approached about being in adult films?
No, I wish. Just kidding.
I'm surprised. I feel like everyone is asked around here.
She has been, and then once she undresses for the part and they see the fire crotch, they're like, well, maybe this is specialty porn.
This is bottom shelf kind of stuff around
There's
here.
there's a big market for redhead out
Really?
there. So, oh yeah, it's a niche thing for sure.
There's
All natural redhead.
There's a porn star I watch. Porn star. I mean, who stars? It's so weird, but I like taboo incest porn. That's my favorite kind of shit.
Oh.
Like mother son.
You're so sick, Dan.
I don't know. I'm trying to be honest.
Stepson.
It's mom, stepson, or stepmom, stepson, but like mom, son, or mom, nephew is like, that's where it's at for me. So there's this woman named Lady Fire, Fyre, and she's a redhead and she fucks her son all the time. And it's great stuff. Everybody stop what you're doing and go watch Lady Fire on YouTube.
See, I can't get behind any kind of story stuff. Like, I just don't like it with story. Like my wife likes story. And I'm like, forward, get to the thing I like to see. Forward, get to the thing I like to see. Done. Out.
Well,
I don't want to.
If your wife wants to come over and watch some story porn with me, she's welcome.
I doubt it. I doubt your story and her story are the same as far as the incest goes.
What is she like? What does she watch?
She doesn't watch it often, but it's like usually like.
So you think
it's more red shoe fucking diary type stuff. It's not
romantic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm fucked up.
Completely unrealistic.
Yep.
Is what she likes.
I know Howard Stern. I think we're all Howard Stern fans, but he's into taboo kind of incest porn too, and he saw his mom naked a lot as a kid, and I saw my mom naked a lot as a kid too, and I wonder if there's some kind of
when you were fucking her,
dude.
Dude.
I would hope she was naked while you were fucking her.
I've asked you so many times not to bring that up on the fucking radio show. And here we are, letting me down again. So I wonder if there's some weird correlation that like some kind of misfire in my brain.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm very ashamed of it, but fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah, not ever. Like I never got into story of it. I just want to see what I want to see and get the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then do you get filled with shame and disappointment right after you come? Because I do. I'm like, I'm a terrible person. Get that off. As soon as I'm done, I'm like, click, out, shut the screen off. Like, no.
Spitting on your own dick. Like,
look at myself in the mirror.
No, I have no shame.
I get filled with shame and regret.
I feel cooler. I feel cool every time I do it. Should we do
you want to get
questions?
let's get into some questions and get the fuck out of here.
All right.
I'm sorry about the phone.
That's fine.
Listen, I had forgotten about it until you just brought it up again.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Okay. Come on, fucker. All right, here we go.
Oh, I was doing.
What, Heidi? Go ahead. The floor is yours, Heidi. We're waiting. Better be good. Well,
I was doing hypnotherapy the last few weeks. That's all. To not eat sugar anymore. It's not working. Anyhow, go on. I don't.
I don't really see the segue there all that much, but I guess that's fine.
Oh, go on.
That is without any doubt my favorite moment of the entire last 2 hours. You're like a 4-year-old kid being like, I have a thought. Here it is. Here's what I'm thinking at the
No
moment.
social segue whatsoever.
No relevance to topic.
Right. I'm sorry. It was fun while it lasted. I love being on the show. Sorry, I'll never be on it.
There were good moments, you know, and like maybe it's better to like kind of go out not on top because you kind of ruined it, but like at least go out, you know, with a good reputation on the show.
It's COVID. I'm not used to like being around people. I'm sorry.
What you said is actually interesting. So what is going on? You're on hypnosis to get over sugar?
Yeah. And I've met this girl a while ago, and she's doing it like on Zoom, and I'm doing that like once a week to stop eating sugar.
Is it working?
Not at all. Nope. So I had to stop for a little bit.
I did hypnosis to try and stop smoking like 3 times with this guy who's like world renowned. All the fucking top actors and musicians go. He's super expensive. I spent my fucking money. And he's like, you can go after this first session, you can still smoke, and by the second one you'll be done. I'm like, okay. So I go home, I'm smoking cigarettes, and then I come back and he does it again, and I leave and I wait a couple hours and I start smoking again, and I go back to him the third time and he's like, have you had a cigarette since? I'm like, well, yeah. And he's like, well, you were supposed to not. And I'm like, okay,
like, is that your job, dude?
I'm like, that's what I'm coming to you for. And he's like, well, you have to try too. And I'm like, but that's been my whole fucking life, is me trying and not being able to stop. And I thought you could stop it with hypnosis, like, you know, because I do know people that have not smoked since they went to this particular guy. I was recommended to go to him. And I was like, this guy is fucking full of shit. And those people that it got hypnotized are weak-minded fools. And I'm too smart and strong here to be able to have someone hypnotize me, because
that's what my problem is.
The thing with him was he would make these movements. We would talk for like a fucking 45 minutes before any actual hypnosis goes on. But what he's doing is he's trying to hypnotize you the entire time you're talking. So there's very specific movements of the way he holds a glass and drinks it, or moves a hand or whatever. And I'm noticing it all. And I'm so hyper aware. And other people who know about hypnosis, because I do go to a therapist that I've been going to for years, and she knows about it. And she's like, yeah, if you're in tune with what he's trying to do when it's supposed to be fooling you, it's never going to work.
Right.
I'm like, well, there goes that fucking $3,000, you know?
So Heidi, what's the sugar?
Sorry.
What's the sugar you're trying to avoid? Is it cookies, ice cream? What is it?
I eat a lot of chocolate, ice cream. I eat it all. I love sugar.
That's my thing. That's my biggest addiction is like if I could just eat chocolate chip cookies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'd be fine.
Especially when they're hot. Like, oh my god.
Do you go to Whole Foods ever?
No. Oh no.
Whole Foods has these bakery made chocolate chip cookies that are like, they're called brown butter chocolate chip cookies, and you put them in the microwave for 16 seconds, and it is the best food I've ever had.
Oh my god. Okay.
So hopefully that will help you kick your habit.
Totally. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Go to what Dan is saying is what Dan is saying is go to Whole Foods and try not to eat them.
Yeah. And if you do eat them, you can sue your therapist. All right, here we go.
Gotta be quiet.
Recently watched Oliver Stone's history doc and then JFK. Interested on your guys' thoughts on who killed the president in 1963.
Todd, this is kind of you're the big JFK guy. What is your actual thought?
Oh God, that's like a whole nother show's worth of information.
Quick answer.
Oh God, I think that
who did the kill shot?
I don't think Lee Harvey Oswald did the kill shot, but I think he did a lot of shooting.
You don't
I
think
think
he's
he
the one that
did
shot him?
shooting. I think he shot him, but I also think there was other people. I think it was a team that shot him, not
Was-
just one guy.
Was the grassy knoll the headshot? Do you think?
Yeah.
Interesting. Heidi, thoughts on JFK?
I think the same. You know, I grew up in East Texas, so we'd go there a lot.
Yeah, actually, no, I don't think the grassy knoll is the headshot, but let Heidi speak first, and then I'll say.
So who do I think shot him? I think it was the government or the mob, or it was by like 5 different people. I think because it was coming from different places.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't know.
Interesting.
If you watch like all the documentaries, there's a million. That was the whole. I think that was purposeful, and the whole point was to have it appear like this one guy is the fall guy, but have everybody theorizing for the rest of time about it. I think that was very purposeful, that we're going to write this story as if it's this one guy, and no one's going to necessarily believe that it is this one guy. And But if you look at the after events, and Jack Ruby killing Oswald while they're waltzing him out, like unprotected pretty much in front of public, the guy who just killed the president, and his ties to the mob, and how the Kennedys fucked Sam Giancana over, and like all the other, the Cuba situation with casinos down there, and it all ties in together. So I think it's more than just this guy ordered it, but it was a whole mass of people who were like, yeah, we'll go on board with that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as far as the actual shooting of it, if you watch, I mean, he grabs and he shot once through here, and then his fucking
leans forward.
He shot, he leans forward. He shot another time. Then his head hits here and blows this side of his head out. So like the depository's over here,
and he flies backwards.
And and it just. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, can a guy get off those kind of shots, 3 or 4 shots in that amount of time?
Technically,
maybe.
yes.
Yeah,
right.
Technically it could be done for sure. Moving target, taking account to wind, blah, 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 all that. Yeah, sure, it could be done. Everybody knows that I love to think that there's more of a conspiracy sometimes than there even is, just because I enjoy that kind of storytelling and thinking. But I don't think that he was the only guy there. And when he says I'm a patsy, like, yeah, meaning I'm not the only guy here. I'm just going to take the fall for everybody. If you look at it in that context, I think it makes sense. And I also think that there's a few documentaries that go into the sewer, which is a great place for a marksman to be hiding out in a sidewalk sewer with the barrel sticking out. And that's where they say the kill shot came from, not the grassy knoll necessarily. And that the grassy knoll is a distraction diversion shot, So impossible to answer. I could talk about this shit all fucking night long. I love JFK as a film. There's a lot of bullshit in it too. The best scene is Donald Sutherland giving the whole rundown, and he's like Mr. X telling Jim Garrison he's supposed to be some high security official, and that's a fictional character. That's where Oliver Stone's taking all the theory stuff and the conspiracy stuff and rolling it into one character that's telling the lawyer all this stuff. It's the best part of the movie, and it's a complete fabrication. Do you know what I mean? So who knows? But yeah, I can watch that kind of shit all day long. I've seen so much shit on Kennedy.
I'll tell you, I would hate to hear the long answer.
Holy shit. I mean, I can keep going about it.
Please don't. It's just, God, please don't.
He asked.
I know. My God, dude. You and what's his face?
That's just because you don't. That's because you don't love it like I do.
I don't.
The JFK stuff.
I do like the JFK stuff, but the Oliver Stone movie, I can't. I do not like it at all.
I love that movie.
It's too long and uninteresting for me.
I hated it at first, but I learned to love it.
Okay. Maybe I'll try it again someday.
I never saw it. I'll have to see
it's good.
It's not good. Don't listen to Todd.
It's good.
All right, we got another question here.
This is a guy who watches incest porn.
Because I have taste, dude. It's called having some class.
All right. This is from Roland in Newfoundland, Canada. 2 questions. First one for Dan is about baseball, because I know Todd doesn't give a fuck about
I'll be back.
That. What do you think about the way they're handling their season? It looks like they're going to lose it to me. The NHL has 2 central hubs. The NBA is holed up down in Orlando. Why the hell didn't baseball do that? And do you think the season will be saved? Second question is about Gene's Addiction's performance last night on Lollapalooza 2020. Just wondering what other songs they did, and you got the inside track, so I'm just wondering if we'll ever see the other songs. Thanks, guys. Glad to have you back.
Oh, I love his accent.
Yeah, was that Scotland or something? I don't even know.
Canada.
So baseball just started back last week amongst this pandemic, and they've already had tons of people test positive, and they shouldn't have played in the first place. And I think it's going to be over. All right, Todd, it's going to be over. I think this week it's going to be canceled for the rest of the year, and it should, because it's fucking dumb. I think it's irresponsible for them to be playing, and right now it's Sunday, and like 4 more players for the Cardinals tested positive today, and I have some inside information as to what they were doing to get sick, and it's so irresponsible and stupid.
And they're gonna wings at a strip club.
There's a strip club one, and then there's a high end person who works for one of the teams who is fucking a stewardess who has COVID. And he's traveling with the team. Oh yeah, it's just a fucking mess. So like, Todd, imagine you were due to make $12 million in the next 2 months, and I fucked it up for you because I wanted to go to
Yeah,
strip
I would
club.
kill you. Yeah.
So players, I guess internally, are furious around the league that because a lot of teams are trying to do it right and stay in the
quarantined. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm pissed about it, but I think they shouldn't have played in the first place. So actually,
They should just do it like a film shoot will end up doing. You live on set, you're quarantined for 2 weeks when you get to work, then you live on set until your work is done, and then you go home. They should just be sleeping at the stadium. There's so much room, especially
they were
without.
Supposed to be staying at the hotels, and they have like hall monitors, and the guys are sneaking out. They just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. You know why? Because fucking professional athletes are children playing children's games as adults, getting paid way too much money for it.
You could say the same thing about actors too. Same shit. They're playing make believe.
Yeah.
And the second question, Jane's Addiction. We got to wrap this up real quick. We got a couple minutes left, but Jane's Addiction did like a pre-taped event for Lollapalooza, which is a full virtual thing this week, and we recorded it last week, and it was fun to see everybody. It felt like a very unsafe environment, if I'm being honest, as far as people were not taking precautions mask-wise, and that was pretty upsetting. But it was fun to see. They aired 2 songs on the live performance, and they recorded like 5 or 6 more, and hopefully those will come out at some point. Okay, quickly, moving along. Let's see.
Hey guys, this is Chris from Las Vegas. I just received my distressed Rareform radio tank, and I absolutely love it. So thank you for that. But I wanted to know if you guys ever considered having your wives on for like a wives takeover night. Thanks, guys. Love the show.
We have considered that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decided against it because fuck them.
We just don't want our personal stuff divulged about dick size and all that kind of stuff.
I don't care about that. I'm all for it, actually. I think it would be great, and we will, and we have talked about it plenty. We talked about it on Dark Matter, doing it and having even us leave the room for a while and having Dave moderate. Maybe that's something that Dave would be interested in coming on to Rare Form.
Like a game show.
But I don't want to do that when we're on Zoom. I'd rather us all be in the same physical room and talking, and it'll make for a dynamic interview for sure.
Which again, we're working towards that as well.
Yes, but yeah, we're not opposed to it. We think it's a great idea. We've had it ourselves, and that will happen one of these days.
And I'm happy you like the T-shirt. Anyone who's listening, you can go to rareformradio.threadless.com. buy some shirts. It's literally the only way that we get any kind of financial support from doing the show right
I'm
now.
gonna go buy a couple of them.
Please do. There's all kinds of stuff to choose from, different fabrics, different colors, and we appreciate the support. You can also follow on Instagram and Twitter at Rareform Radio, blah, blah, blah. Subscribe,
And
review, helpful.
If you do want to follow me at all, I dumped my Twitter and my Facebook, but I do have my Instagram. So I know a few people were trying to contact other people I know, like, hey, I can't ask any questions. I accept everything on Instagram. So just go to at Todd Newman if you have any questions here, or you could do it at the Rareform Radio too as well.
At Dan Cleary 79. Heidi, where can people find you?
Heidi Sabrina on Instagram.
All right. Well, Heidi, thank you for coming tonight. This is fun.
Thank you. I miss you guys. I'm sorry that I had mishaps with my.
We'll all get back in the same room together soon. Thank you, Todd Newman.
Thank you, Dan.
All right.
Thank you, Heidi. And we will see everybody very soon.
Be back soon.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rareform Radio.